So, are we feeling adventurous today to climb on top of that? Because you could. Ooh, what's up, Trinbago Vibes peeps? Welcome to another episode of Trinbago Vibes. In this one, we are deep south, right? Well, the southwestern part of Trinidad, I should say, between Gallos and Cedros at a bay called Columbus Bay. Yeah. So, stick around. Let's jump into how we get here first before, you know, we explore the bay a little bit. Trinbago Vibes. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's go. Alright, so at the end of Point Fortin Highway, we link back up with the Southern Main Road, and we're going to follow these cars for now. You know, at the first roundabout. By the way, you can check out the video we did on the new Point Fortin Highway if you haven't already. Link in the description below. At this point, we're going to exit the second roundabout to the left here as we continue along the South Central Road until we bounce up the Erin Road and the Southern Main Road again. But before we continue our journey, just gotta get a little breakfast, you know, at S&S Doubles right here at this junction. Yeah, that hit the spot. Alright, so that way will take you back to Point. This way is where we go in, and this is where we came from. Alright, let's press on to the Southern Main Road. Yeah, that was a nice doubles there, you know, kinda, I would like to say midway between the journey, because this will be a lengthy one depending how far north you are coming from. So yeah, and of course, take your time on the road here, because it's not too righteous, certain parts of it. Yeah. For our regular Trinbago Vibe peeps, y'all may remember this drive, and that's the road that will take you to Granville Beach. Yeah, so if you'd watched the Granville video, that would have been the turn off we'd have taken to reach down to Granville Beach, and we're continuing further south. Right, we're going down to Cedros side now, and after Cedros, we head to Gallos, and in between there is Columbus Bay. That's where we're heading. Alright, and we're passing through Cedros now. You know, one of these days we'll tack back here and explore the area, so make sure you have your notification bell on so you wouldn't miss this content. Now the Southern Main Road continues on the left. Straight ahead will lead you to a dead end, but don't worry, we'll explore there one of these days. And you got to be mindful of the local cows anytime you're venturing down on this side. You know, it's a cool and relaxing vibes just driving on the southwestern side of Trinidad. Drop a comment if you agree. Anywho, if you make a right here, you'll end up at a fishing depot on Fullerton Beach, but we're heading left on Fullerton Road, and we're approaching a crucial junction here. Now that way will take you straight to Gallos, but we're heading this way to reach our destination. Let's just say by video magic, you know, the road dried up as the sun came out blazing. Cue some music as we enjoy this drive through this coconut field or plantation. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying this one so far. Soon the paved road will end and a sandy one will begin as we approach Columbus Beach. Or Bay, yeah. Yeah, don't mind they have the 3 rocks out there. Remember, underwater currents, strictly nobody near the rocks. A lot of people have, you know, played hero and tried to reach out to those 3 rocks, but the closest one there, the underwater currents around there is much stronger, especially in high tide. And dread, no matter how good you are for swimmer or how, you know, strong you are, those underwater currents, you don't play with it. I've known some people would have lost their lives in that attempt, so don't, please adhere to this warning. No bathing near the rocks. Death or serious injury may occur. So yeah, this is Columbus Bay. Now I'm not sure what this black tar thing is. Probably could be tar self. I'm not sure. It could be you know, just black sand, mud. And people come now, man. Why you all are littering? This place is like real remote. You don't need to leave all the rubbish on the beach. Come now, man. Wow. Anyway, that is probably the last rant. I'm just gonna say the water feels so cool. Look, there are some small fish in the water. I'm not sure if you all seen them. So I'll try to catch them so they can. Yeah, this water is real cool based on, you know, how hot the sun is. So Columbus Bay, right? It is called Columbus Bay because it was here. So we've researched. This is the beach where Christopher Columbus rediscovered Trinidad Tobago on his third voyage in 1498. Yeah. So it's also here when his ship was beached here. A strong wave apparently came, and like right now the water is calm, right? So I'm not sure how credible this story is, but this was around the 1400s, so that's a few centuries ago, right? So I mean, you never know how the waters were back then. I would probably think it's the same thing as now. But anyway, right? So the story goes that while his ship was beached here on these shores, a huge wave came and basically knocked down the ship, and the anchor was lost somewhere out there. Yeah. That anchor was lost in 1498 apparently, and it was rediscovered in 1877, right? Yeah, so like what, 400 years later it was rediscovered, and it was, you know, flown around the world in different world fairs and stuff until it eventually end back up right here in Trinidad. It is currently resides at our National Museum right in Port of Spain. Now I would have done a video on that. You can check that one after this one if you haven't seen it already. I'll also leave the link to the National Museum in the description below if you want to see exactly what anchor I'm referring to as the anchor from Columbus ship. But in the meantime, you know, we're here in Columbus Bay. I'm gonna walk out to this little sandbar here because you would realize now those three rocks here, 1, 2, 3, we call them the Three Sisters. And Columbus Bay, right, is situated between 2 points. That's Coral Point down there. Right down there is Coral Point. And right here, where you see the Three Sisters, this is Gallos Point, I believe. Yeah, Gallos Point. Now at some point, I would assume the headland would have gone out all the way down there. And over time, due to erosion, it was separated. This is an assumption of mine. I can't be sure of that, but based on what we know of geography, that is what most likely happened. Now I'm just showing you all right now, you know, I in this knee-deep water here. I'm walking out slowly to reach that bank, and then we'll walk along to the edge down there. So now you have a little history of why it's called Columbus Bay. And I said, based on my research, or basically what I looked up online, that's what they said, right? I'm not sure if that's true or not, if that's factual or not. So let me know in the comments below what you all know about Columbus Bay. And yeah, the bay itself seems calm, and you could like bathe out here. Like, look how far I am from the shore, all right? And there's a middle bank right here that I'm walking to, and then we're gonna walk along here to the end, to Gallos Point end. I'm not going to make it to, whoo, look, I just had to show you all. So let's see where we was almost knee deep there, and now we, you know, like if you're walking on the shores. But anyway, Coral Point, this whole beach is 4 kilometers. So I'm going to do the easiest thing and walk to Gallos Point here, and there's our next beach. As you can see from the drone shot, on the next side of this, a small mini beach, and like they put a stone wall there to help with the erosion. So this here is Columbus Bay. Now I guess because it haven't rained in a while, the rocks not as green as they should be, right? We have been experiencing a level amount of Saharan dust and no rain. So in one sense, some of the beaches would look much better because the rain and falling, there's no rush off of water, and thus the silt on the bottom here wouldn't be disturbed. So right now, if you see down there, when the sun comes out, it looks like a off-pace kind of green color as compared to the usual brown color that we'll see normally on the southern beaches. Yeah, so that is on the one side. It'll be cool. Oh, and next thing though, like on a clear day, like right now it have a little haze. Don't mind the weather is bright, it have a little haze, but on a clear day out there you could actually see Venezuela. I'm not sure what island it is quite down there. I'm seeing a little outline of that island. I don't know if they call that the Young Brother, I'm not sure. And I'm seeing some offshore rigs quite down there as well. It's very faint because out on the horizon is very, you know, hazy. So yeah, but on a clear day, if you come down here, you should be able to see Venezuela. I'm not sure as time goes on if it will clear up and we'll be able to see that. But you know, this is Columbus Bay. Now this is the waters here, and this is like a still river. Now behind here, right, you have the coconut. That's a coconut plantation, all this coconut and everything, and right here is mangrove. So it's like a nice little feature here at Columbus Bay. I'll walk across on this side. I guess I'm gonna assume, right, because the waters here more or less stiller than the ones there, here would be a little deeper and it will have much more fish here. Yep, like right now I feel like I'm going down. I could probably take my time and cross here. This might actually be a nice little pool to bathe in for the younglings, because so far it's knee-high water. I mean, when the tide comes in, obviously the current will push it a little more, but right now it's calm, it's nice. That nice spot to bathe in. Yeah, Trinbago vibes. So yeah, there are some people enjoying themselves down there, and let's continue our walk to the end. You all saw from the drone shots what it's like on the next side of the cliff, so we're exploring Trinbago vibes. This is how we used to do it, you know, here when we hit one of these south beaches. I haven't been here in the longest time, so it's just amazing to come down and take in the beach itself. I remember it basically being just as it is. Well, I can't remember these walls being here last time I was here, and the last time I was here was probably 20 years ago, if I'm honest with you all. And I mentioned this earlier, and I told myself I would not complain, but I have to complain again. Because why the heck you will come quite here on the beach where you know nobody cleaning and leave rubbish? Trinbagonians, all they're nasty. For all those who come and do this here, what they're seeing here, let me go up and show you. And go up and show all you. Look at this mess. Look, why? Styrofoam. You come here, you lime, you leave your drink. You can't take it back with you, man. So when you bring a suitcase and all and leave it here on the beach. As you're vexed, you know, people. And you all who are watching should be vexed as well. Because this, any youths who are watching this, please encourage your parents or whoever to not litter or leave rubbish on the beach. Ooh, we're seeing some things skipping across there fast, boy. I'm sure fucking catch them. Like, oh, it's cool. Let me know in the comments below if you all seen this and what kind of fish are these that are skipping over the water there. Yeah, this is where I'm at right now, you know. Crossing this small bridge here. There's an opening there to get to the next side of the bay. And look, this is the part where people is actually use. Let me go down and see. Where's the scene? Trinbago vibes. We're exploring next side of this bay. Rubbish again, of course, because obviously nobody gonna come here and clean. One of these days we'll have to probably walk with bags and just come and just pick up rubbish. But these, oh, the water is much rougher on this side. I mean, all this here is the Gulf of Paria, but based on the formation of the rocks, you know, and the soil type down there, it would account for the water, the rough waters in a sense. Are we feeling adventurous today to climb on top of that? Because you could I see somebody like they form little steps here. Oh yeah. Well, I guess the answer is yes. Let me go up on top and see where's he seen here. Damn, a lot of cool shit here. Yeah. You know, I should have done the intro here. You'll be like, what's up? You know Trinbago Vibes peeps? And I show you the bay right there. Whew. By the way, down there you'll see how erosion is taking place, how the water is carving into the headland. You can see it even here. For those of you in the geography field, this is actually erosion happening. Water undercutting the rock. Yeah. Alright, I'll head back to the bay. By the way, right, I don't really recommend climbing here because if you're not careful, it'll be very dangerous to this. So I don't recommend doing this. Don't mind I do it. I do it for you all, you know. But please, if you do attempt this, just take your time, be careful, because one slip up, especially if here is wet, you're tumbling down. So you have to be careful when you're coming up here. So once again, I don't recommend doing this, because you know sometimes, you know, coming up is a small thing, but going back down is something else. Yeah, I just come down to the bottom of the cliff. That's to show you the work of, you know, erosion itself. The currents here are really strong though, so take your time. I just want to show you. You see how the water is cutting underneath the cliff. I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years time, be it 50, 60, 70, 100 years, this would be eaten away completely, and this will become its own kind of, you know, stack out into the sea. Now at the beginning, or when you now pull in, just before the road ends, right, there is a bathroom facility on the right hand side. Right now it is closed because there's no water down on this side, but I'm going to tell you all a little story, right? Now this is a little embarrassing, right, but it's also a warning. You know, so when I was young, last time I was here, right, the bathroom facility was more or less crowded and a boy had to go and do a number one, right? So he decided, you know, so much coconut fields here, so much trees, so much bush, you know, let me just go in the bush to, you know, offload in a sense. Not number two, number one we're talking about. And Tread, that was one of the fatal mistakes I did in life. I mean, I got through it, but afterwards I was covered in mosquitoes, Tread. Yes. And here, especially where the sun goes down, dawn and dusk, they come out in swarms, and you will be swarmed if you venture too much into the vegetation. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that story. Like, I would normally reserve that for, you know, friends and peeps, but you all are my Trinbago Vibes peeps. So yeah, so it is a warning and a little story of my time down here last time I was here, more or less. And these fishes are swimming very close to the bank, boy. I'm sure they see that. Let's chase them down. Oh, I feel like childhood days, you know, chasing down fish. One thing I forgot to mention, because there's so much beach here, right? You could come here at any time with any amount of family and still find a spot to yourself. Just make sure and don't litter or leave your rubbish behind. That is all. Yeah? Trinbago Vibes. Oh yes, and of course life in the Caribbean, I was now mentioning earlier, we didn't get much rain for a long time. And like I have goat mouth, right? I'm feeling a drop, but I just hope his be. So hope you enjoyed this one. This is Columbus Bay, a third of it in a sense, because we are going down to Coral Point down there. One of the south beaches here in Trinidad along the southern main road just before Carcass itself after Cedros. And I'll see you all in the next one. Let me know in the comments below if you have visited this bay already or if you know about it. Yeah, I'd like to know. Alright, go on. Later.